Round 8 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the Bitci MXGP of Turkey here at Afyon. MX2 race 1, and it was Tom Vial who crossed the Fox Hole-shot line for the third time this year. He was closely followed by his teammate René Hofer, who actually, before we reached turn 4, found his way into the lead. They were closely shadowed by Jed Beaton and Mattia Guadagnini. Guadagnini, though, quickly on the charge, nudged his way up the inside of Kai de Wolf. As Vial turned tightly up the inside of his teammate to take over the lead. Guadagnini then, recovering from a poor start, eventually found his way past Hofer to move up into third place. And then he was quickly followed through by the number 14 of Jed Beaton. The win, though, belonged to Vial. Guadagnini second, Beaton was third. MX2 race 2 once again. Vial over on the inside, but from the outside, Jorgo Geerts tried to get across, but came out in around about fourth place. He would lose positions early on the lap, but it was his teammate Maxime Renault across the Fox Hole-shot line for the second time this year. To the outside, Guadagnini, Beaton, and Vial once again. Ruben Fernandez and Gianluca Facchetti clipped. That was for fifth. That was a couple of laps into the race. Jed Beaton was in second place, but then came under attack from Tom Vial. On lap 5, the Frenchman went through on the Australian. Guadagnini then started to push Beaton all the way to the checkered flag as they battled over third place. Kai de Wolf, not so fortunate. He did stay upright and came home in ninth place, though. Close moment here between Ruben Fernandez and Jorgo Geerts as the Belgian got cut off on the face of the jump. This was for sixth place. And then a lap to go. Vial tipped over whilst challenging Renault for the lead. Ruben Fernandez not so lucky either. Last lap, while still holding on to sixth place, he pulled a 180, and that was all she wrote. Maxime Renault went on to win for the fourth time this year from Tom Vial, Jed Beaton, Mattia Guadagnini and René Hofer. Jorgo Geerts was sixth. That was the classification there. Bringing up in seventh was Mikkel Harup, and Kai de Wolf coming home in eighth place eventually. And overall, Tom Vial taking his 10th Grand Prix victory with a first and a second. Renault second with a fourth and a win. Jed Beaton, 2 third-place finishes, gave him third overall. Maxime Renault continues to lead the championship. He's now 41 clear of Guadagnini, and Geerts is third. Beaton up to fourth.
For sure, a great day. I'm really happy to win again. The last time was in Russia. Then I had an injury in my hand. So yeah, the summer break was good for me. I recovered good. I think I'm back to a good speed where I was maybe before.
MXGP race 1, all eyes over on the right-hand side. Prado, Koldenhoff, Fevre. But it was Prado who crossed the Fox Hole-shot line for the sixth time this year. There was bar banging going on between Geiser and Siwa mid-pack. Coming out of turn 2, though, it was Prado who led the way from Koldenhoff, but not for long because Romain Fevre charged up to take second position, and then Jeffrey Herlings moved into third with that pass on his fellow countryman. Tim Geiser was there in the background, and he got caught napping by Tony Cairoli. Cairoli going through into sixth place. He then found his way past Koldenhoff to move into an eventual fifth. Herlings around the outside of Fevre to take second with about 7 laps to go. And then a couple of laps later, he made this move on Prado to take over the lead and was never headed from there on out. A mistake, though, with a couple of laps to go, allowed Paul Jonas through into third. Romain Fevre now in fourth on the number 3 Kawasaki, but it was Jeffrey Herlings for the 5th time this year who crossed the line victorious from Prado and Jonas. MXGP race 2, once again, Jorge Prado from the inside gate with his 7th Fox Hole-shot of the campaign. Tony Cairoli around the outside with him, bar banging again between Geiser and Siwa through that first turn. But Prado to the inside. Fevre came out second, but it wasn't long before Geiser found his way into that second place with that move on Fevre. That was on lap 3. Paul Jonas very lucky to walk away from this one. He was in fourth. He would not rejoin the race, though. Close moment here between Geiser and Prado as the Slovenian took over the lead. Tony Cairoli dug in. He found his way briefly past the number 3 of Romain Fevre for third place. Herlings quickly followed through on the same lap for fourth. Fevre was now in fifth. The two teammates, Cairoli and Prado, banged bars again as they duked it out over second position. And then Cairoli clipped a hay bale, dislodged from a fallen rider earlier on in the race. That put Prado under pressure in second. On the final lap, a mistake. Hurlings would go through to take that second place from Prado. Fevre found his way past Cairoli to take fourth. Cairoli was fifth. It was a race win, though, for Tim Geiser. But Hurlings won the overall Grand Prix. So race result then, Tim Geiser from Hurlings, Prado, Fevre, Cairoli, Lupino, Siwa and Verlanderen. And the overall belonged to Jeffrey Hurlings for the 92nd time in his career with a win and a second. Prado second overall with a second and a third. Geiser on the podium in third with a sixth and a first. Geiser continues to lead the championship. He's 13 points clear of Prado. Fevre 4 behind him in third.
For sure, I believe. I mean, we're 36 points down. We still got 10 rounds to go. I missed over 75 points with 3 moto DNF, so there's still a chance. Is it going to be easy? Definitely not. So, and I already used all my jokers. So that day was a good day. Second motor was all right. Like, didn't really feel safe in the spot where I was. The guys up front, they were a bit sketchy. But you know, like you said, I picked up the pieces and I managed to get the second place and took some good points for the championship and won the overall. So I was very, very happy with this.